Gara. Daud, hold your horses.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. To the nominee, having worked in the office of the DPP, and noting that after we did our vetting in 2022, some of the nominees who had criminal cases against them, immediately after they were appointed, those cases were dropped. Now, as a legal advisor to the executive, if approved, one of the newly appointed CSs, the one for cooperative, the Honorable Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, he confirmed on oath while he was here that the EACC has been used as a political tool to frustrate him when he was not in government. Now, I have two issues that I want you to maybe make a comment on. First and foremost, why should EACC be asked to give an opinion when it doesn't matter? Because the opinion given by EACC did not matter in the vetting process, yet we have to fill those documents even when you apply for public office like a member of parliament. Two, what will you do about the government's, what advice will you give, legal advice will you give to the government security organs and legal entities or legal teams, EACC, DCI, DPP, on politicizing and weaponizing their offices? And finally, how will you ensure that justice is served to all those parents and people who lost their lives, who are injured and who lost valuable assets during the recent demonstrations? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. This nominee, I've only seen her on TV and newspapers. Now I have opportunity to interact with her. Yeah. But I just want to ask this question, Honorable Speaker. Drafting is very key, especially on laws. And that's probably the link between executive and parliament is how those laws come in, having passed through the AG's office. I have looked at your CV and I've listened to you. You're a very good litigant or prosecuting lawyer. But I haven't seen your strength in drafting of laws, which is probably one of the key areas that we will need to have in that office to avoid this idea of losing cases as government and passing bad laws. I haven't seen that as strength on your CV. So how will you really help this country moving forward in terms of good laws and good legislation? Secondly, a lot of these laws that have gone to court have fallen on the sword of public participation, which is a key tenet in the Constitution. And everything that we do right now, and every person who goes to court and says there was no public participation, even when public participation has been seen to be done, judges rule in favor of those litigants. What is public participation? What is the correct public participation to you? Or what are you going to do to protect Parliament and this government from that? And lastly, if you allow me, Honorable Speaker, if you look at Section 43 of the County Government Act, it is very clear that the Attorney General may assist counties in matters apart from criminal cases. That is what Section 43 of the County Government Act says. And actually it goes back to Article 156(4) of the Constitution. But county governments have been using colossal sums of money to hire lawyers without regard to the fact that the Attorney General's job to actually defend county governments. How are we going to stop this hemorrhage of money from county governments through payment to lawyers? I know the lawyers are listening to me and may not be very happy about this, but it is a tenant in the
room.
It is.
There's one next to you.
It is that monumental amounts. You look at Nairobi County Government; they are running billions in terms of legal fees, and yet it is the duty of the Office of the Attorney General to assist counties in legal matters. How are you going to, do you think we need an instrument of law so that we can define the role of the Attorney General in counties? Counties are now setting up things called county attorneys, and they are basically lawyers in there at the county attorney's office, but they don't